Hey everybody, welcome to the Perfect Storm YouTube channel. The Perfect Storm is the title of a brand new trading book available at cosmoeconomics.com, formerly known as sacredscience.com. In this video, I'm going to highlight a brand new indicator that we have developed. This indicator is superb in its identification of phenomenally accurate trade setups. This indicator was created using the NinjaTrader platform, and trades based on this indicator will be part of the trading arsenal that we will be using in the Perfect Storm trading chat room. We have 5 setups that we have identified using this indicator. Looking at the whiteboard on the screen, you'll see the names that we've given the 5 trade setups. The most common is the RG3, and that occurs once or twice every day. The other ones are intermittent and will be around for many days, and then they may disappear for a few days. We have the RG3, the WEX, the GREX, the G4, and the G67. Those are the 5 setups. I will now follow with some chart examples, and we'll show you what these look like in practice on some recent charts. This particular indicator plots for the day in advance. So we have this indicator in place. We know the times when these trades are coming before the market trades into the time period. It's important to realize this is an advance indicator. It's a predictive indicator, not a following indicator. Okay, moving into the charts here. The RG3 setup is the most common, and I'm going to demonstrate that first, and then we'll move into some charts that show the various trade setups. I'm not going to specifically explain how we identify the patterns, but some of you will be able to figure it out. This particular example went for 17 points, started out at just before 0700 in the morning, came off the morning high, gave us a great short trade. The second red vertical line where we're showing the exit is a mechanical exit, and that also is coincident with the G4 trade set up for the long, which fires you back in the other direction and goes for more than 20. This next chart happens to come in the afternoon right before 1400 hours. We're triggered in a little bit of a choppy area. We're looking to go short, but we had to take some heat there. So you can see that we took a few points of heat before this thing moved out, but it did go 25 points to our mechanical exit. So that gave us a really nice trade for that afternoon. Here's one from August 18th. This one was good for 7. Mechanical entry, RG3 again, mechanical exit at the second red line. That also coincided with the G4 entry at this low, which triggered about a 9-point move right back up. Nice pair of back-to-back trades on both of those charts. Here we are, another day on this chart. Market's a little bit choppy, not much volatility this particular afternoon, but we did get a decent 5-point move on that trade. On this next chart, we have another trade triggering in the morning again. This particular one triggers right after 0700. This is good for an 8-pointer, and that coincides with another G4 trade happening right about 9:30 at the open. This next chart is the same day, only the afternoon. Here we are again, just before 1400 hours. We get this short triggered a few bars before the high, so we took a little bit of heat, but it turned around and dropped into a nice 16-point move, giving us a good profit on our afternoon trade. This next chart shows another RG3 trade. Sometimes they can be a little bit tricky. We were looking for short here, but this happened to reverse on us. So we stop and reverse into a long in a situation like this because we know we're going to get a directional move off of this setup. In this case, the arrows down below, the first arrow marks the entry. The second, third, and fourth arrow mark the potential exit points. These exits are mechanical depending on where you would have chosen to get out or take a piece off at each one. The movement was 5 or 10 points depending on your particular exit. This also was a setup for a G4 trade also here on the second red vertical line. On this next chart, we have a couple of different setups. We have one that we're still working on. It's triggered at the green line to trigger that short there. Then we have the RG3 trade marked by the first red vertical line and the blue trend line. That was good for a 20-point short. Again, right before 1400 hours in the afternoon. And you can see where this exit point is when we get to the end of the long red bar and we have a secondary red bar just above that. Oftentimes that signals a significant low on the day, as it did on this particular chart. Here's another nice RG3 trade with 2 of the potential exits marked. This was from August 19th, as you can see on the bottom of the chart. I'm going to move into 3 more charts that are going to show some of the days where we had multiple setups, so you can see how they all look on a particular day. Here's one chart from September 14th. This is a real nice trading day with multiple setups. We have an RG3 trade, triggers right before 1200 hours, went for 20 points. We have the Grex trade here marked by the black trend line. That was a short at this particular high around 1400. We have a WEX trade that triggered a long, which was good for 4 to 5 points. And then there's also an RG3 trade that triggers over here, giving us a decent short that's not marked. Also, there's two of the potential mechanical exits are marked from that first RG3 trade, which I described. So here on this particular chart, we have the 3 marked setups and then the 1 unmarked setup. So we had 4 trades that particular day, which gave us a real nice profit. Here's another day. We have the RG3 trade along with the potential exits marked below. We also have a WEX trade triggered just after 0700 in the morning. We have a Grex trade, which ends up being a continuation short, triggered about 1330 in the afternoon. We have a G4 trade also coming in here about 1440. And then we're showing the G67 trade here, which ends up being the end of the down move and sets up a long for the late afternoon. Here we go on the last chart I'm going to present here. We have an RG3 trade over here about 0430 in the morning. Was good for about 7-8 points. We have a WEX trade triggering here. It's a nice short around 0700 in the morning. You can see that was a pretty significant move. We have a Grex trade triggered here at about 1340 in the afternoon, which ended up being a real nice short trade. And then we have 2 G67 trades. We get into this long right here, which went for quite a few points, and that G67 trade triggers again at the high. So you can see we get the G67 triggers at significant swing points. So we get one at a low and then the other one triggers at the high of the day. That's it for this video. Stay tuned. We've got another one coming with another really nice astrological indicator that we've set up in Excel. So we'll be back soon with that one. So stay tuned and we'll see you then.